video for sailing and entertainment purposes only. You're dang skippy it is.
Who's your favorite reaction channel? Somebody asked. Karina.
Good evening.
Did you ever do an interview from a reaction channel? Of course, Karina Kaboom.
Why are you walking away so fast? You're walking in uniform.
Obsessed with Karina Kaboom. What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady.
You're kidding, right?
So this is where it's going to get interesting for y'all.
Giving you more money because I know it makes Amber mad. Pay those bills, girl. I mean, I don't know why it would make her mad because she's had all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying?
You've been exposed on YouTube. I understand you're lost, you feel confused.
Hello everybody, it's me. So in today's video, we're taking a look at a little bit of Becky's live. So Becky went live yesterday and she got a lot of support. She got a lot of super chats. I'm very happy to, I'm very happy to hear that, to see that, to be aware of that. That is awesome. And she talked a little bit about her ex, as well as, you see, she said some very interesting things, okay, about reaction channels and how she was able to see, like, just really what was truly going on in her relationship, right? And she didn't talk, like, the live stream was not about ALR, but she spoke a bunch about her, where I thought it was important to say it. She was also very kind to me. So thank you so much, Becky, for being so kind to me. I'm very happy that you enjoy my videos. We're also going to take a look at Amber Reed's last two videos. We're going to discuss how she has actually blamed wifey for everything. She's blaming wifey for her friendship with Eric and Ricky and other people ending. And I'm just sitting here like, well, rinse, lather, Kermit, repeat. So very entertaining, riveting content. So if you could not tell already from my ridiculous intro. So as always, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously. I'm sharing opinions and not facts about publicly accessible information made public by public figures. First, I would urge you to please, if you can, be kind in the comments section. Please do not go to these people's channels and leave them mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments.
Azure, of the three, do you fave? Alex, Jordy, Zach. I like Zach a lot. Zach, Michael. I used to not, but then, whenever I got out of the relationship, truly, Jesus. I was able to see things that I didn't see before. And it was through watching reaction channels.
Before we get into it, I just wanted to say, if you're not familiar with this, Becky's ex uploaded her video yesterday at 3:40 something p.m. She never, ever does this. It's always ready to go. She's always ready to press schedule and press public. But she purposely always posts it late at night, because she wants reaction channels to have a harder time responding to it, right? But the last two times where Becky said she was posting a video, and yesterday Becky did say she was going live at 7 p.m. by magic. Can you imagine when magic gets involved? Actually, Becky's ex posted at 3 something. Nothing says power like, I don't think I can go up against my ex in views. Riveting. Okay, I wanted to put this clip from Becky first because I thought that it was super important. So she says she loves Zach. I think everybody she mentioned is great, but that's not the point. The point is, so think about this. While she was with her ex convinced her, right? Convinced her that, reaction channels are bad and everything they're saying is wrong. Let me ask you a serious question. How is it possible that every single statement that the reaction channels say is wrong and bad, right? And they're always incorrect, and Becky's ex is always right? I would say that it was a combination of both. Sometimes maybe somebody says something that isn't correct, but usually it's a literal reflection of what is being posted on the internet. So I don't know what more important statement that Becky can make that, she didn't always like reaction channels. Of course not when she was with her ex brainwashing her, but just in general, Look at what she's saying. She's saying, I really kind of like saw the breakup and saw the situation, like, well, not the breakup, but she saw the situation that she was in a different way after the breakup. What that means is once she was free, once she was already not being, manipulated or any of the situations that were happening, right? Once Becky was already out of the breakup, she finally saw things clearly because, see, here's the thing. Anyone can be petty and anyone can come and make inappropriate statements about the way people look or any of that stuff. And the majority of the reaction channels don't do that. She mentions Zach, who never talks about that, and just really giving a glimpse of what a regular average person is sitting there watching Becky's ex, watching how Becky was mistreated repeatedly. Okay, this mask doesn't fit you and all this other stuff, and constantly commenting on people's looks, which is what her ex did. And then complaining, saying, hey, people do it to me. Well, don't do it to Becky. The way that Becky was treated is abhorrent, okay? I love that word. And it's wild to me that she was only able to see it when she got away from her ex, because that's when she could really see a reflection. Like, I'm not telling Becky to go back and watch those videos, of course not, but because it's painful for her, I'm sure. But like at the end of the day, how sad is it that, anyone, even the person that was in the situation themselves, can take a look at an average person or anybody just reacting to Becky's ex's videos and say, hey, Becky was treated badly. So I'm really glad that Becky said that. And I'm really glad that she got, the reality, the real perspective from Zach. Good for Zach and good for Becky.
I love you guys too. Talk about 2019. Oh man, I really don't want to talk about 2019, you guys. Happened to Ricky and Eric. We're still friends. We literally just hung out the other day.
So the reference to 2019, obviously she doesn't want to talk about it because that was the year that she was with her ex. Becky was also in renal failure. She was pretty much being made to drive somebody else around when she was incoherent, which is not only just outrageous, but I wonder, how can you claim to love somebody, even as a friend, when you're dating them, and then ask them to drive you around when they were incoherent? It's wild to me, right? So that was a bad year for Becky. Becky has also said that she doesn't even remember the majority of that year. It's what an amazing relationship she was in. So as far as Eric and Ricky, it's amazing how some people can keep friendships forever and other people just give them up because somebody drove them to Target. Really glad for her. Good for you, Becky, that you have a good relationship with the people that you were friends with for a long time. Not everybody does.
Is Zale or here? I don't know.
Not only is your ex watching Becky, but she's so deeply involved in Becky's online presence that this is a person, like I said before, I'm going to repeat it because it bears repeating. Also, it's my brand to repeat. Look, how could you even wonder if your ex is watching? She's watching. She watches your every move, which is why she moved up her videos to 3 p.m. to give herself a bigger head start before you go live, because, in my opinion, she didn't believe that she could make the views going up against you. Like I said, that's power. So yes, it is my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments down below, girls. Do you believe that her ex would be watching? It's kind of a given. What else would she be doing? She'd be watching. She wants to know if you embarrass her or say something.
You guys are hoping I spill tea, I know. Are you still friends with Hannah and Rafe? Yes, I am. I love Eric and Ricky. I still have all my same friends. Just a little tea. I'm just saying, I think everybody knows what it was like. And I'm not going to say much more because I don't want to wake up tomorrow and everything be flipped upside down, you know what I'm saying?
So obviously everybody wanted Becky to spill tea on her ex, and Becky really kind of didn't. There's certain things that she said that I feel are very noteworthy, and you really can't say, in my opinion at least, that this chat and this live stream was without Becky ever mentioning her ex or even talking about her ex, because she clearly did talk about her ex a bunch, even though she didn't want to. To be fair, I think that any live stream that Becky does, people will ask these questions, and you have to just accept that, Becky, and you have to expect it. Accept it and expect it. This is a vocabulary channel, people, okay? You know, she doesn't have to talk about her. People kept tuning in. She had like technical difficulties with putting slow mode on, and people kept coming back, and she made money, and good for you, Becky, okay? People, I will tell you this, people want to help you. People want to be kind to you. So, you know, live in the moment. Try to build your channel, because one of the things that, you know, Becky says is that she's working at a factory right now, and there's nothing wrong with that, but Becky's working long hours. She did say in her other video that she's behind on rent, and they're going to use, you know, the money that she made here to catch up, hopefully, and all that other good stuff. But, you know, you have 80,000 people. Try to make as much content for YouTube as you can, because you never know that your channel, even, you already have a successful channel, and it can get even more and more successful. I think that Becky doesn't have to talk about her ex, and she should never be talking about anything she's not comfortable with. And I said that before. Hey, if you're not comfortable with it, don't even talk about it at all. Talk about other things, you know? But what I will say is, my personal opinion is, you have to expect it, that people want to talk about your ex. And I think the reason, this is just my personal opinion, I think the reason that Becky doesn't want to actually start, you know, having a channel where she uploads to more, like, meaning like every day or daily, like, why is she working this other job that is difficult for her? She's having a health scare, when she can make way more money on YouTube, in my opinion, right now, currently, or just enough more money, right? I think it's because, and I'm going to be real with you, on YouTube, if you say the wrong thing, you can't get paid anymore. If you say the wrong thing, you lose your audience, and do or say the wrong thing. And that's kind of happened to Becky before, and I think it was a really bad lesson for her. And my opinion is, anybody would be wary of going back to a full-time job where, you know, YouTube, where basically, like, you do say the wrong thing, it's over. Plus, YouTube, I'll be honest with you, like, my opinion of this job is that it's fickle. And you know what's scary? If you don't make enough money for rent or bills, nobody cares. You still have to provide that. See, nobody ever talks about that. What if you just don't make enough from your job one day? People losing their jobs, people going through hard times, right? And nobody talks about it. Nobody sits there and says, how scary is it if you can't make enough at your job for bills and rent? And I think that Becky has discussed going through this. So I think one of the main reasons, because I have this question too, I would have done YouTube more than I would have worked at any other job if I were her, because right now, currently, I think she can make a lot on YouTube. But I think the reason that she doesn't, and this is what I'm trying to say here, is because she doesn't think that YouTube is stable. Okay, as far as talking about what happened, see, this last statement is about Amber. It's about her ex. And she says everybody knows pretty much how bad it was, and what's the point of talking about it, and she doesn't want a big drama. But realistically, you do mention your ex many, many times here, so people are already going to talk about it. I say, if you're even answering any questions about your ex or address, you know, expect for there to be more.
Like, she can't do anything to you, Becky, about it. We actually kind of help each other out.
Yeah,
So this money is going to be like bill money.
for sure.
Like, that was another reason I moved in. I moved in to help him out so he could help me out. And it's kind of just going to be like a, you know, best friend situation. Is Eric on Tinder? Eric's not on Tinder.
Okay, well, you heard it here last. He's not there. Wonderful. There was a picture circulating before. He had made a statement publicly saying, keep my name out of your mouth, whatever. Okay, fine. Wonderful. He's not there. Okay. She's also still friends. Becky's still friends with Hannah and Rafe. Good for her. She's been able to keep all her friendships, which is different than other people. And that little statement of she can't do anything to you, Becky, yeah, that's about her ex. So her ex promised to actually sue and get the law involved. Basically, Amber promised to sue Becky, get the law involved if Becky spoke about her. Just to tell you, that's 100% true. Amber Lynn, in my opinion, doesn't have the money for a lawsuit and doesn't have the whatever you need to keep it going. So Becky, she can't really do anything to you. You have the right to your own opinion and to say what happened to you if you wish.
Who's your favorite reaction channel? I really like Katrina Kaboom, and I love What Cereal Is This? And I've watched Mr. Snowflake's documentary. It's pretty good.
Thanks, Becky. I think I'm going to change my name to Katrina. Or actually, you know, in the past, I would say that my name is Wilbur. I like Wilbur for me. What do you think? I maybe Cretan, Kaboom. Anyways, so I'm very interested and intrigued that Becky, just like ex-Destiny, watch a bunch of reaction channels, and Becky watches Mr. Snowflake and believe that Mr. Snowflake's documentaries are good. I wonder how Becky's ex feels about that, because Becky's ex said that Mr. Snowflake has the worst channel, which isn't even true. Based on what? So, how the tables have turned, and Becky's watching all the reaction channels.
How much do I know about the world, the Amber world? Where I was working, I came home and I told my fiance, I said, listen, that girl that you watch on YouTube, that I don't care for, I think I work with their partner or their ex. And she was like, no, you're crazy. Well, I did. And now me and Beck live together. Somebody said we're messy.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'm not, like, literally, this is like my second, maybe third time doing this on my own. My other times was with you all know who. Also, be careful eating potatoes.
When did I hear about that chili? I didn't hear about it from Beck. I saw it on a video that I watched with my fiance, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
So first of all, what you will find out as as time goes on is, as Becky's roommate said, pretty much he doesn't care for Becky's ex, and also that he is dating somebody who has watched Becky's ex on YouTube. Okay, fine, great, wonderful. And there's more where that came from, just wait. And also, obviously, the statement about the chili is shading Becky's ex's chili, because everybody always says that the chili isn't that great or whatever. Maybe it is great. I don't really care about the cooking part. And there's clear shade on the potatoes. This is shade towards Becky's ex when she said that she had a situation with a potato, and she almost lost everyday living because of the potato. So you can see Becky laughed at that one. Okay, Becky.
Oh, your girlfriend's in the Girlverse?
Yeah.
Oh, that she's watched?
Oh, yeah, she's a long time. When we watched together, it was not for love. Not for love.
I'm truly surprised that people would be watching Not for Love. That's very interesting. Very interesting that Becky's roommate has this interesting connection to Becky's ex's content, Not for Love. Well, I mean, how dare anyone accuse anybody of watching Becky's ex's content because they genuinely enjoy it? I mean, clearly that's what's always happening. So since Becky's ex was clearly watching, in my opinion, obviously, this should be interesting.
Giving you more money because I know it makes Amber mad. Pay those bills, girl. I mean, I don't know why it would make her mad, because she's had all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Just wanted to address this clip. My personal opinion, based on what I myself have observed with Becky's ex, Amber, is that Amber has monetized quite a bit of content and made quite a bit of money on her ex's Destiny and her ex Becky, especially Becky, okay? And when Becky said she wanted to speak about Amber, Amber said she's going to sue her and get the law involved. My thing here is this. The reason why people say that, this is just my opinion, that Amber's going to be mad that Becky's making a lot of money, is because basically, this is just my opinion. I don't think Becky's ex really wishes the best for people, as evidenced by just simply saying that she didn't have a sympathy bone. She didn't care that another human being, the narc alert, actually had a heart attack. If you don't care that a human being has a heart attack, even if they've been mean to you, you know what I mean? It's just and the best part is the narc alert never was that mean to Amber. And even if whatever had happened, to not care that a human being had a heart attack. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, I think that not only does Becky's ex not wish her the best, but more importantly than that, I think that it's rules for me, not for thee, she wants to make money on her breakups. She even said, well, I went through it, they happened to me. Fine, go and make it. But why can't other people make money at it? I just think it's not just that she doesn't want, potentially what's best for somebody. I think it's deeper than that. I think, my opinion, you could let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, but I think we are all in agreement with this. I think she's just really scared that Becky will say something that other people don't know and expose her. And because I don't see her, saying that she's going to get the law involved with Destiny, because Destiny must not have what Becky has on her. And that right there is why she doesn't want Becky to make money. Because listen, money influences people to do more of whatever they're doing to make money, right? So probably Becky's ex thinks if Becky talks about her and then gets a positive financial response, she will do it again. And I just think this is about fear. I think Becky's ex is afraid of what Becky has to say. Becky must have more tea on her than Destiny, which I do believe. So Becky, I believe, said she may do another live. So Becky, good for you for coming on live and talking to the people. I wish you nothing but the best, and I genuinely hope that your future is, super bright, full of everything that you could possibly want. And now let's move on to Amberlynn Reed's latest videos. Let's talk about Amberlynn, and we're going to talk about her last 2 videos. In her new video, she literally says the rumors are real. Yes, Amberlynn, thank you for that riveting entertainment. What you really mean to say is that the rumors are true? Thank you. We know that. So is it some kind of a slip, Amberlynn? Well, look, as one of my good friends always used to say, I've had many rumors lead me to facts. What do I mean by that? Well, you see, first of all, whenever there is a rumor for Amberlynn, it's 95% true, and if it's not, half of it is true. So she addresses whether or not, you see, she has like a girlfriend and who her new friend is, and basically blames wifey for everything that's going wrong in her life. And on top of that, and this one is my favorite, she basically says that the rumors are not true after literally saying the rumors are real. Amberlynn, I know that you're trying to say that the rumors exist, but what you ended up saying is that the rumors are true. So I love that for you. You are the most entertaining queen. Also, I think it's beyond obvious, in my personal opinion, that she creates her own rumors so that people talk about them. She knows exactly what will happen when she starts talking about a friend that knows her so well. What happens is people start wondering if it's your new girlfriend. She did that on purpose. She talked to you about it on purpose so that you would ask her and that she would be so popular. Look at me, I'm so popular. And tell you how popular she is with all the rumors. And only she even says only I can, dispel it. Amberlynn, if you never create the rumors by creating them yourself and talking about them, they don't exist. But why should that stop us? New. So let's just see how she addresses the rumor of the new girlfriend and blames everything on Feline. When will Feline Alex's wifey be speaking out? Let's talk about Amber's friend really briefly. She says that her friend that everybody thinks is like the next person that she's talking to, that she may or may not date, right? I said that she may not end up with this person being her girlfriend, but she's definitely talking to her. So she says something that's really like infuriating. Like she will just blame everything on Feline. So she says, and listen to this. She's like, this is a friend that I had since Virginia days. This is not a new friend of mine. I've had this friend for 10 years. So this is either a blatant lie or what exactly is going on, right? Okay. Remember when Feline broke up with her, she said, I don't have a single person to turn to. I don't have any friends. I have nobody to talk to, right? Well, she knew that people have said this before. So she immediately says, when I'm dating someone, I completely put myself into the relationship and I pretty much ignore all my other friendships.
Thanks for nothing.
And, I put my all in Feline. I gave Feline all my attention. So I pretty much, what I'm paraphrasing, she let her relationships with her friends fizzle out, which is why this person supposedly wasn't around when the breakup happened and she made the statement like, I have nobody, but all of a sudden this is a great friend. Listen, first of all, I don't believe that. And what kind of a friend do you have that as you dumped her for years that you were with Feline and stopped talking to her, and you are now blaming Feline for the end of the friendships? Just wait for it. But what kind of a friend immediately picks up where you left off after you dumped her for your partner? First of all, if you're looking for my opinion, which I'm assuming you are, I don't believe what she's saying. I think it's clearly more complicated than this, and I definitely don't believe her that she's completely single in the single era. I think she's talking to somebody. If it's not this person, it's somebody else. She's definitely 100% talking to somebody, okay? Never ever believe her. She said she's terrified to move, to be on her own. Never believe her that she's not talking to somebody. She's always in the DMs talking to somebody. That's why her hair is washed and it's down and it's beautiful, right? Okay. So as far as what she is really saying here, it's not enough to blame Feline for the bug infestation. It's not enough to blame your parents for, you know, your problems now. But now it's Feline's fault that you lost Eric and Ricky and this other friend.
What happened to Ricky and Eric? We're still friends. We literally just hung out the other day.
When she says, I let my friendships fall to the wayside and I basically lose all my friendships, what she's really trying to say, because remember this, she was hanging out with Eric and Ricky while she was dating Feline, which I thought was strange. They're Becky's friends, or at least they were. And it's very inappropriate that you would just like come to their house with your new partner, but I digress. So you lost Eric and Ricky as friends while in the relationship with Feline and supposedly this other friend. And so she does something recently, you know, where she does this basic manipulation tactic where, okay, she wants to blame her parents, or she wants to blame her audience, or she wants to blame Feline for something, Alex's wifey, right? So she'll specifically say, you know, it's not their fault, I'm not blaming them, or something to this effect. And then say, well, you know, I did this. But see, it's a really important manipulation tactic that she uses, but I see right through you, Anne Boleyn, okay? What she does is she'll take the blame and she'll say, you know, I let my friendships dissipate. I put my all into the relationship, or, you know, my parents didn't do this, but, you know, I take responsibility, but, you know, it's okay to blame for what happened. Basically, she'll take fake responsibility. Pay attention now. This is a vocabulary lesson. I told you this is a math channel. She'll take fake responsibility for something that has happened while making sure to alert you, her audience, that it's the other person's fault. Oh, you guys are saying that I have bugs, but, you know, Feline, yes, she bought some fruit and the gnats came out. Oh, you know, I put my all into relationships and I put my all in Feline and that relationship dissipated. While in turn, you know what? How can I explain this? A part of this manipulation tactic that she uses is putting kind of like clues into your mind and name dropping, right? She could have just said, you know, I always ignore everyone when I'm in a relationship, but she made sure to say her name. The point is, she's highly implying and blaming Feline. Well, she straight out blamed Feline for the bug infestation, and she clearly is highly more than implying that she lost Eric and Ricky. She said, all of my friends that, you know, I didn't put energy in and I stopped talking to him, whatever, because I put my all in Feline. So she just blamed Feline for the end of her friendships. Let me just say this. If this really is some kind of a 10-year-old friendship, and again, I doubt it, because if this was a 10-year-old friendship, why didn't you immediately rekindle it when she broke up with you? Why'd you make that statement? That's like the most important thing here, that she made that statement. Well, no one is here for me. I have nobody to talk to when wifey dumped her. That right there says to me there's something interesting about this relationship. Why did this person immediately take you back? Here's a public service announcement. People that only want to rekindle a relationship of a friendship with you once they get dumped are not really your friends. They're just trying to use you. That's just my personal opinion. So honestly, people can say whatever they want about Alex wifey Feline. I think she's done a lot for Anne Boleyn, and my personal opinion, blaming her for the breakup, saying that she needs to work on herself, saying that it's her fault that you have bugs in your house, and now saying that it's her fault that you pretty much lost out on Eric and Ricky and your friend of 10 years is honestly silly. Blame yourself, okay? Blame yourself. You're the coolest girl in class. Blame yourself, girl. Here's the thing. It's got to be about Eric and Ricky as well. Because she says, I, you know, lose my friends. I stop the relationships with them. Yeah, Blame yourself for being yourself in the relationship with Eric and Ricky and them stopping being your friend. That's it. Stop blaming Feline. So at some point in this video, she basically says that there's a lot that she has to talk about. And she's like, oh yeah, you know, we have a lot to talk about. But I can't talk about it until I move because I don't feel safe and comfortable to do so until I move. We have a lot to talk about. Now, there's two ways of looking at this, and I have to say this. Look.
And she doesn't care, like, if she disrespects you, basically.
The way that she gets people to continue to watch her content is by telling them that there's something soul crushing happening, that there's something going on in the background. She did that during her whole WLS arc, like, oh, you know, something is happening, but I can't tell you right now, but pretty much keep watching, and I'll tell you what's happening later, like, you know, because really, why would anybody watch otherwise? What's happening with her, the reason that she has a viewership, sometimes people ask, she has like a cult-like following. Basically, people who have a negative interest in her are interested to see what she's up to. And I can assure you it is not a positive interest. Does she have supporters? Yes. But there's a lot of negative interest in her life. And how will she, you know, embarrass herself? What will she say? You know, all that stuff. So I can surely tell you that there is not much going on behind the scenes as far as things that we don't already understand. When she says, I have a lot to talk to you about, guys, and I don't feel safe and comfortable to do so right now, she knows exactly what she's doing. First of all, she's creating the idea that you have to continue to watch her after she moves. The narrator tells you that the book is going to get good later if only you keep reading.
Who's to say that actually happened?
Spoiler alert. Not only does she never tell you what's going on, but it's never even good. Just so we're all clear here, this is my opinion. She's never going to spill the tea. She's never going to spill the tea on herself. She's not going to spill the tea on anything around her or anyone around her unless she doesn't think anyone is listening. Just like when she said terrible things, you know, like was very disrespectful to Destiny's brother when she thought, you know, nobody was listening in on that phone call. So the tea is that when she says we have a lot to talk about, there's something happening in the background, I'm going to tell you later, it's going to be this, it's going to be amazing. She never tells you, and if she even implies it, it's never any good. It's just basically a lie. It's a rudimentary manipulation tactic where she pretends that there's this big situation happening. You continue to watch, to hear it, or see it, or to find out about it, and you never, ever, ever do. She's manipulating you into watching content, and that's because she really, there's nothing that she's going to share with you, but she needs you to keep coming back so she could pay her light bill. The second theory on this is that she's going to expose and reveal the truth, reveal it all about Feline. Okay, so she has extensively said that she would never say anything bad about Alex's wifey Feline, that she would never expose her, and she would never do that to, Amberlynn either. Right. Okay, so first of all, I just don't believe Amberlynn based on her impeccable track record as a staunch truth teller. That was a repeating guy. Okay, so what is that supposed to mean? This is the other possibility. Oh, I don't feel safe and comfortable talking about something until I move. When she moves, Alex's wifey Feline won't be there. So some people have speculated that maybe she's promising to expose wifey. Maybe she's going to tell us some tea, some drama, some gossip on wifey. This is what I think. I don't think she's going to fully expose wifey. I think in the future she will make references to, wifey, Alex's wifey Feline, in a negative manner. She'll say oh, my partner didn't do this last time and my new partner is doing this and this. So meaning she's not going to fully expose her, but she's going to be more and more and more and more negative towards her, which is already what we're seeing, right? We're seeing this now when she was picking out apartments, and she's no longer, in my opinion, has a friendly banter with Feline, Alex's wifey. She seems to be angry at her and standoffish, and this is the vibe that I get, girls, and this is just my vibe that I'm getting. So let me know if you're getting this feeling too. I'm getting the feeling that now Amberlynn is starting to treat Alex's wifey Feline the way that she always really wanted to. It's just that because Alex's wifey Feline had so much control in the relationship as to, taking Amberlynn everywhere and doing everything for Amberlynn, she wasn't going to say anything to her. Just the way that she is pretty rude to her on camera, what are you doing, or whatever, it's the vibe that the way that she speaks to her is pretty disrespectful, aka disrespectful. So I think this is just going to be more of the same, because look, some people have speculated okay, you know, she doesn't feel safe and comfortable to pretty much say negative things about Alex wifey Feline while Alex wifey Feline is living with her, right? And then when she moves, because her actual statement is, when I move, I could talk about it. I will say this, okay? Amberlynn, this is just some free advice, honey. I know you're not going to be able to stop yourself from trashing all your exes, except, of course, for Crystal. Because Crystal, Amberlynn said, was the most wonderful girl in the world. When she said that during a monogamous, supposedly happy relationship with wifey, I knew there was a problem. Anyways, this isn't even advice because she won't take it. When you inevitably start trashing Alex wifey Feline, and, you know, I don't want to say exposing everything about her, but, you know, you've obviously promised to, you've implied here that you're going to be saying some things that, you know, you only feel safe to talk about when you move, aka talk about wifey. It's not going to be a big expose, but it's going to be some negative stuff, more negative stuff. When you do that, I'm not saying that Alex wifey Feline is going to expose you, of course not. But just because she's not in like a different state that you're moving to, my opinion is she's moving next to mom, but just because she's not in that state doesn't mean she can't respond, Amberlynn. But as with most things, Amberlynn has to find out the hard way. So do you think her statement of, oh, you know, I don't feel safe and comfortable to talk about something with you guys now, but when I move, I will, is that about wifey? It could be. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you believe that it's about wifey? Have you gotten a Kermit? Let me know. Okay, I wanted to talk about her apartment, that she's trying to get an apartment hunting. Okay, so she says that she refuses to have a new apartment without the washer and dryer inside of the apartment. She needs a bunch of different amenities because she's not going to go leave her apartment to go do the laundry. This is nothing new. You're not going to leave your apartment in any case. Yeah, I really seriously hope you get somebody to help you out because you're, you know, obviously very not lazy and you like to go out, right? Okay, so she's talking about in her videos about all these amenities that she needs. For some reason, she needs hardwood floors. Why do you need that? She needs for the place to take her 3 animals. I still say that the animals that need to be walked like Twinkie needs to be rehomed. Amberlynn has done a terrible job of taking care of Twinkie by herself. She left Twinkie shaking in pain and went to Chili's with Destiny in the past. So I just think I'm worried about her pets because when no one is there to take them to the vet, no one is there to walk Twinkie, what's going to happen to them? Okay, so she's basically looking for all of these amenities in apartments. She also complained that somebody was mean to her because they told her that they don't accept pets or whatever. All of this is BS. Here's what I'd like to say. I wonder if anybody else has been thinking this. If you have or you haven't, let me know in the comments down below. So let me ask you a question. You ever met those people that are supposedly good on paper? I'm going somewhere with this, I promise you. So you know those people that are good on paper, maybe they have the perfect job, and if you marry them, you have a certain type of lifestyle, or whatever the case may be. It has been my experience to see life where the good on paper people are literally the worst people. Not all the time, but some of the time, because what happens is if you're just, what my general point here is, if you keep searching for things on the surface, you have no idea what's beneath the surface. What do I mean by that?
Good evening.
When you meet somebody who's good on paper, like they have the perfect job, the perfect friends, the perfect whatever, and then you get to know them and you realize that they may be good on paper, but they're not the right partner for you, right? Why am I bringing this up? She's looking for certain amenities that may be good on paper, aka good for her. You know, they accept the dog and the cat and another cat, and they have hardwood floors, which again, why is it that you need them? But, you know, and they have the washer and the dryer and whatever. She wants to live in a luxury apartment building, whatever the case may be. But have you been thinking that something like that could be good on paper is maybe what lies beneath the surface? You can't visit the place, so you have no idea what's happening in the background. What do I mean by that? How do you know the place isn't infested with bugs, although you've already had experiences with that? How do you know the place isn't infested with, you know, rats or roaches or, you know, mice? How do you know about your neighbors? Listen to what I'm going to say to you. This is very important. If your neighbors are not somebody that you could live next to, you're in a lot of trouble. The average person has trouble moving out once they, you know, have the lease signed, and also sometimes people don't want to move out. But what are you going to do when you don't drive? You're not a driver. You can't drive yourself to move anywhere. And what are you going to do alone in another city and you don't even know your neighbors? Now, you got lucky in your apartment building. You also didn't see it before you moved in here. And I'm assuming your neighbors are nice. Otherwise, she would have complained about them. She's looking for things in this apartment in another state. That is good on paper. But you don't know what lies beneath. You don't know who your neighbors are. If you move in there and your neighbors don't like you, or they're loud, they're obnoxious, or do whatever, like sometimes people have the average BS with the neighbors, right? They play loud music or, nothing out of the ordinary. But I can assure you, because I've seen a lot of neighbors in my life, from my friends, from me, from everybody. I can assure you, you have no idea the type of neighbors that exist. For example, I had a friend, and for like 20 years, she lived in an apartment building, and she lived to a man that picked fights with people, and I don't mean verbally. So what I'm trying to get at is that she thinks she knows what she's getting herself into all by herself, but she has no idea. I would, since you're more than likely trying to move next to mom, I would have mom check out the apartment and the neighbors of the building that you want to move into, which isn't going to do a lot because unfortunately, sometimes when you first move in, everybody's nice. And then sometimes you find out that, people are more than just the typical, noisy neighbor, nosy neighbor, but a neighbor that is going to really wreak havoc. And don't think that that doesn't happen. I'm here to tell you that it does. So there's other issues, not just the vermin, not just the bugs, not just the whatever lies beneath. How is the management company there? You think they're nice. How do you know what's going on? My point is, she doesn't even look at the bigger picture. So yes, it is important, since she can clearly afford whatever, to have what you need. That's fine. I'm not saying she shouldn't get what she needs. But if I were you, I would at the very least, I don't know, since you want to stay next to mom, stay with mom for a while. Look at these apartments and see who lives by the apartment that you're getting, or try to get more info, gauge more info on your apartment hunting, because I am telling you that she has no idea what is waiting for her. Now, I used to say this all the time about wifey and her relationship. I used to say, hey, Amber, what are you going to do when you're just a single income family household? What are you going to do when nobody can drive you around in the future and you're living in a different state, or you're living by yourself in the apartment? Nobody took me seriously. And surprise, shocker of all shockers, she broke up with her. So I'm saying this now. You are just looking what's good on paper. You need to do more research, or don't, and be surprised. Right, that's about it for today's video. I want to thank you so very much for watching today and taking the time out of your day to spend some time with me. If you enjoyed today's video, or you didn't enjoy it, check out this video that's popping up here. I'm going to link a video on a similar topic. You could go and watch it, like it or dislike it, depending on your preferences. Thank you so much for being here. Thoughts, comments, questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.